We are officially halfway through this series, and man, has it been rough so far. So far, we've seen some pretty bad races, and things are only about to get even worse. We are going to be looking at 21 through 30 of my rankings in this video, meaning we're on the branch of reaching the top 20. Most, if not all, the races in the entire top 50 list are from the 21st century, since what's deemed as a good or bad race has changed thoroughly over the last 30 years, and it has to be before the modern era, and it's the top 3 series only. I now have memberships available where for 99 cents a month you can watch all my videos a full 24 hours before they usually come out, and also have cool badges and perks with them. Anyways, with all that said, let's get to continuing this train wreck. Number 30 is the 2020 Hollywood Casino 400. This is one of the most infuriating races of the last decade, as this race effectively killed the 550 package and showcased many of its flaws. Apart from the restarts, the race was not really it, and the final part got so damn rage-inducing with Logano air blocking Harvick to take an undeserved win and a Final Four transfer. The racing apart from that was also pretty poor. Unfortunately, this is far from the last 2020 or 550 race on this list. Number 29 is the 2017 Quaker State 400 at Kentucky Speedway. This is that race that Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch destroyed the entire damn field. Truex Jr. specifically had a 15-second lead with 2 laps to go before the caution came out for Kurt Busch's engine failure. The whole field came down pit road except Truex Jr. Truex Jr. pulled away to about 5 car lengths on the restart. That's how damn fast his car was. The other first 265 laps were very basic ass intermediate racing from this era. Stage 2 was definitely a little weird as hell, and stage 3 was very rough indeed. Somehow this isn't even the worst Kentucky race of all time, although it is the worst race of 2017. Number 28 is the 2020 Full Tomorrow 500 at Atlanta. This is not only the worst Cup Series race of 2020, but the worst Atlanta Cup Series race ever. Yeah, another 550 race. This race was basically a macrocosm of what Atlanta was like basically every race since 2017, with the anomaly being 2019 being okay. Mediocre to pretty terrible races. Restarts again were fine, but clean air became king. More importantly, Harvick dominated the entire damn race, and this was rated by multiple people for being the worst race of the year when it happened, and it still is in my opinion. Number 27 is the 2023 Go Bowling at the Glen. This race is literally a microcosm of the next-gen car and road courses. Literally nothing happened the whole damn race, apart from Alan Nutsack going full nutsack and McDowell's mechanical woes that ended him in last after being Byron's only road competition all day. 6 lead changes all afternoon, and only 4 were under green, as William Byron dominated and passing was at a premium. The race didn't even make the 2-hour mark, making it one of the fastest races in terms of time in under 2 hours. At least it was quick, but man, is it a borderline waste of time. Number 26 is the 2018 Quaker State 400, another ass Kentucky race, and this is, of all the races I ended up rewatching, the most boring, dull, and insufferable 400 miles of racing I've ever seen. It's literally lifeless, as nothing matters. This race, Truex Jr. doesn't put up a more hilarious lead, but leads more laps. Apart from the restarts, this was straight up a nothing race that unbelievably is not even the worst race of 2018. Straight waste of 3.5 hours of time for this lifeless bullshit. Number 25 is the 2023 Toyota Owners 400. This here is the worst race of 2023 and the worst Richmond race of all time, in my opinion. A true low point for this racetrack. Legit, the race begins to drag early in, and it never feels like you can get going with the amount of cautions that happen, not to mention the lifeless racing. This is one of the few races where I can legit say I almost fell asleep watching live. The only positive this race has is Josh Berry finishing second after filling in for Elliott. The community drank way too much acid dumbass juice, because way too many people said this was a great race when it was literally the worst Cup race of the entire year and the worst Richmond race ever. Number 24 is the 2018 STP 500. This is the worst race of 2018, and this is before the 550 or the next gen car. This is one of the races during my lenient days where I was a little more lenient to races in that time period, where it didn't take much for me to think it was that good, a pretty good race. I watched this one live and said afterwards, yeah, this shit sucked major balls. The racing early on in the first 25 laps was not bad, and at certain points during stage 1 it wasn't too bad, and it was cool seeing Allmendinger run well on a damn short track. Stage 2 though is where things start to go downhill for the race as it really begins to drag, and stage 3 is much the same, but it gets even worse. I got some bad memories watching this race, and it felt like Jones versus Newman literally carried for most of the second half of this race, and outside of McMurray's spin and Boyer's win in celebration, nothing happens at all. And like I mentioned before, this is why the 550 package did happen. In fact, the entire 2018 season is why the 550 package came to be. Number 23 is the 2022 Blue Emu 400 at Martinsville. This is probably the worst Martinsville race ran. Just a race that not very much happens at all, and I can understand why people despise this race. There were a couple of decent battles throughout the race, and stage 3 restart wasn't terrible, but most of the race wasn't very entertaining. It does drag a little bit at certain points, but it being 400 laps is better than 500. However, it was cold as hell and not very entertaining on track, but still, although the broadcast, there were some good moments, and overall, I had more fun watching this race than 2018, but objectively 2022 this race is worse than 2018.
I don't care. Something has to change next week.
You know, something that's interesting that I feel like our racing has taken a bit of a dive, especially on short tracks, and you're going to laugh at this a little bit, is when we took and we gave the guys, we took away the ride height rules.
It goes, I swear to God, I've said this a million times. It goes, I'm telling you, you can go back and look at it, flipped a switch at that moment.
I agree.
Why did they never look at that again? I mean, I'm telling you, it shows up like black and white. I'm so glad you said that. Caught me off guard because it caught both crew chiefs off guard. No gamblers. Larry?
Yes, Clint.
He told me. We're gambling.
Number 22 is the 1994 Tyson Holly Farms 400 at North Wilkesboro. One of the only pre-2000 races on this list. This is that race Jeffrey Bodine lapped the entire damn field. 6 lead changes happened all day long, and all 6 happened before lap 100. And Bodine led the final 301 laps. In fact, the damn race was green for 329 laps on a damn short track. In 1994. The race then had 4 cautions for stupid crashes that dragged the race out, and it is overall, outside of the history of it being the last race, the leader lapped the entire field, this race was not worth your time. Number 21 is the 2015 Quicken Loans Race for Heroes 500 at Phoenix. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff Gordon Raceway. Yeah, that was the name. Is another terrible 2015 race. Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick led pretty much every lap except when Junior got the jump on everybody when rain hit the track. Yes, rain, Phoenix, and the Arizona desert ended the race. Just to add a nice check mark on the steaming pile of shit, the round of it cut off for that type. This race was a borderline crime and just boring terrible. It's a damn shame too, this was Junior's last win of his career, and that it came from this. Thank you guys for watching part 3, and you can tell I'm starting to get drained from doing this. Overall, we got 2 more parts and things are only going to get worse. So if you enjoyed, like and subscribe for more of this content, and remember, membership is only 99 cents a month and it really supports me. Anyways, this is Car Gaming. See you next time.